That because I'm not that. But I'm going to read something to you. And I'm not going to read the first part because it'll tell you exactly who I'm talking about. But it says, this person was talking to someone. And they said, this person said, we don't have black leaders. We just have hustlers. Why? Because they kill all the black leaders. Who do you think was having that conversation? Now, it sounds, I mean, it could be anybody, right? But what color do you think they would be?
Oh, black.
Black, right?
Black.
Yeah.
So this is and I can't verify it because no one can verify it because, you know, this person talks about water, then he talks about Jesus, then he talks about president, you know. So if you don't know who I'm talking about President, you know who, President Yeezy, whatever his name is now. But he says, one time I talked to Jared Kushner, who was saying, we don't have black leaders. We just have hustlers. Why? Because they killed all black leaders. That's a discussion he had at the White House. So if it's true or not, but you know, who knows? But if white people are saying this and they know it's true and they hold positions in power, what do you think they're going to continue to do? They're going to continue to control that narrative, control any of our leaders to make them seem like they're not anybody. Because if you discredit them, you can't have unity in our communities. Everyone needs a leader at some point. You need somebody to lead something at some point, whether it be lead your house, lead your church, lead your schools. You need those things. If we look in our community right now, who do we look for role models? It's always entertainment. Think about it. If something goes wrong in the black community, the first thing you want to do is talk to a celebrity or basketball player, football player, as if they're the word, at least they speak for us. What about the guy who works, you know, or has his own business on the side of the street? I want to talk to that guy because he's talking to everybody. You know, he sees what's going on in the actual community. And I'm not dissing anything about celebrities, but they don't speak for everybody because they're only like maybe 0.5% of the representation of us, because most of us don't go pro. You know, I'm like this. How many of us play football on this podcast right now? We've all played football, right?
Yeah.
How many of us went pro? Now, we wanted to go pro. Well, not me. I didn't want to go pro. But we wanted to go pro. But in the mindset that we didn't go pro, we know that now we have other things to do, right? So if a celebrity talks about our issues, it's great because they get the views, they get the connects. That's great because it gives them time to be out on the field and get that representation. The problem is this: when we don't back them, it fizzles. But there has to be other leaders out there who can take their place when those to that handoff. Like, hey, I open up the door for you. Let me hand off somebody who's actually an activist or someone who's actually out there, boots to ground, and they can handle this situation while I'm going to play some basketball. I'm gonna keep, you know, funding certain things and doing things like that, but I'm not gonna be the spokesperson because I don't have that. That's not my job at this moment until I, you know, because I have other things to focus on. Which is why when they say shut up and dribble, you know, or stick to comedy or any of those kind of things they want to say to make sure that you stay in your lane. But yet, currently our president is not political, right? And everyone thinks that's a great thing, right? So that asks the question this: if not being political is a great thing, should Kanye West, the husband of Kim Kardashian,
Kim K,
be a presidential candidate? Do you feel it's worth the energy to even entertain it?
Are you saying like us as Americans entertain it, or like should Yeezy even?
Oh, Yeezy, it's Yeezy. He can do whatever he wants to do. But
Okay.
to entertain it as individuals.
No. I mean, to be honest, he lost me when he went to the White House and he started talking to President Trump and was saying that, you know, black people, we accepted slavery, like it was a choice. Like once he said that, he lost me. So I mean, to be honest, it's just I love his album. He needs to stick to music. That's it. I mean,
so is that fair? But is that fair? Is that fair to say stick to music?
It's fair for me to say that. I feel like it's fair for me to say that because when you come out and you say, well, what are your policies on taxes? Well, I don't know. I ain't do no studying. I got to go and get the best. So when you go and you say that, then
he said that.
Yeah.
Yes, he said that. So
let me read something else that he said so you understand this. So I want you to understand this is his campaign stuff. Okay, I'm reading this from him, from his interview. Okay. He envisions the White House organizational model based on the secret country of Wakanda in Black Panther. Okay? Great movie, just not for America. Okay. He no longer supports Trump. He's taken off the red hat now. He is okay with what he says, siphoning off black votes from the Democratic nominee. Although that would help Trump, you know what I'm saying? He's saying the black vote is a Democratic. He said the black vote is Democratic as a form of racism and white supremacy. So it is what it is. He says a lot of things that were very touch and go in this interview. And I heard it was like 4 hours. I don't know who had that stamina to do that 4 hours with him, but I'm sure it was a lot more things he said. But his official running party, his political party is, I'll let Dante say it because he likes it. What's the name of his party?
Birthday Party.
The Birthday Party. So why do you think he's able to run for president? Why do you think he feels like he can put like this? Because pre-Obama, there was no black president. When Obama ran, he ran and he had to be poised. He had to be almost perfect in order to get his candidacy and to get nominated or to get elected and elected again. And although he wasn't perfect, you understand what I'm getting at? It allowed someone who is far from perfect, far from the look of anything presidential or American viewpoint. Well, I'm not gonna say American because that's kind of what it is. To go to the White House the next time. So did Obama create the catalyst for anybody to walk into the door? I mean, is that what I'm saying? And I'm not saying this in the sense of because they elected Obama, anybody can get in there. What I'm saying is this: is the hatred for Obama that bad that they would elect anyone to make sure that nothing like that goes in there? In the office again. And I'm gonna let you marinate on what you think nothing like that is, because this is where my viewpoint is from it. Because his policies weren't the worst policies, you know.
Who policy wasn't the worst? Obama?
Yeah, I mean he had the worst policies, you know.
Nah, he didn't.
Keep in mind.
He ain't really helped black people that much anyway.
So. But was he supposed to? Think of this, and I'm glad you brought that up. This is where I love to hear this. We assumed he was supposed to help black people because he's black. I didn't vote for Obama because he was supposed to help black people. I voted because he finally had an idea that I can have the look of greatness at the highest level in America, and they look like us. So Superman is white, right? He's one of the best heroes. You know, unless you're a Marvel fan, then you got Thor or somebody, or Iron Man, which is not
That's
really a hero,
man, Superman.
which is not even a hero. So anyway, superhero. But anyways, it's beside the point. Obama was our president because it made us give us hope that maybe there is a change, maybe there is a different view in America. But also what it did was it allowed us to say, if he can do it, I can strive. I know I can strive and actually achieve a higher or a higher greatness than what I'm going at now, because he was able to do it. Now, whether that's true or not, it's either here or there. But had he focused more on black people, what do you think would have happened to him? What do you think they would have did the first days, or his first 100 days, if he would have focused on trying to help black community? Think about that. A black president focused on helping black people.
But I'm not saying that he needed to like go out of his way and make all of these policies and changes for black people. But I'm saying that I felt like with him receiving majority black votes and black people going out to vote for him, I voted for him because he's black. And so with that being the case, I feel like there's like it's almost like all right, for instance, you're a basketball player like LeBron. Your girl's been with you the whole time. You make it to the league. You don't just be like, hey, you know what? I appreciate everything you did, but I'm going that way because there's another girl over there that looks better than you. Nah, she been with you. She been riding with you. So of course you're gonna take care of her. And that's how I felt. I felt like it could have been more, but at the same time I do understand the House of Representatives and stuff like that. And I know they're pushing back.
That's a great analogy.
Thank you. Yeah, that was good.
That was a great analogy. But I'm gonna tell you where it's flawed. When Obama got elected, what was the black agenda?
I don't even know.
There you go. Did we go to them like the Jewish people, like the Hispanics, like the white people, or just regular white people, like the Asians, like the Indians? Did we go to them and say, this is what we need done if you want us to vote for you?
I don't know nobody that did that.
You know why we didn't do that? Because we have been playing this system to voting Democrat because they have been giving us peanuts and we've been accepting them because it was better than what we had before. This year they're saying vote for Biden because he's better than Trump. But if we look at the history of both of them, I would vote Trump if I'm going to vote for those two over Biden, because Biden did some bad things for the black community. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some bad things for the black community. I'm not voting for Trump and I'm not voting for Biden. Joe Jorgensen, that's my plug.
You vote for
Yeezy? Libertarian. Why not? But I'm not going to make this political. What I'm saying is this. Kanye West comes in with his birthday party. And he's doing that because he recognized himself in Trump. It opened the door to say, if he can do it, I'm just as selfish as he is. I can do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think it opened it up for non-politicians.
And I have no issue with that. I have no issue with that because everyone doesn't have to be a politician to be there, because politicians lie. But he doesn't know the system at all. So he will be in there just like, okay, we're going to go to war with blah, blah, blah. And he's like, no, we're not going to go to war. Oh, we are going to go to war. And then that's it. What can he do? You get what I'm saying? He doesn't have any power because he doesn't have enough knowledge of that system. It wasn't built for that. The reason why Obama was good at what he was doing because he studied law. He was a lawyer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he knew the ins and outs. He didn't need a team of people to tell him how to do things. He had the information. He had a team, but he knew how to pick the right team because guess what? He knew the knowledge. He knew everything he wanted. The only reason he chose Biden was for the foreign stuff that he probably didn't know too much about and left it alone. But so when we're talking about leaderships that look like us and how you were talking about Fade with absent fathers and stuff like that, Biden definitely didn't help that situation because he created laws or that created more more absentee fathers, more absent fathers because he had them convicted, you know? So crime is not our thing. As much as we're accused of all the crimes, we're only doing crimes because we're trying to survive. So that's pretty much what it is. We already know that we can survive on almost anything. America doesn't want us to do that because that gives us too much power. Because if it gives us too much power, they know that we may realize where we are and how much power we have over them. Not that we're going to try to do that because I believe God made us very compassionate and very loving and very forgiving because we have been through a lot and we continue to prosper and continue to be resilient. But what I don't want is us to continue to, what Jarrell was saying, continue to not acknowledge our Black leaders or our Black people who are doing great things in our community because we're so focused on what the white man is not doing. Because I'm never going to ask the white man for equality. I'm just going to take it. I can't ask him for something that he doesn't want to give me. I have to learn how to take it, and not to take it in ways that I know that will affect them the most financially. So when you have someone like Kanye coming up here who has a big financial, background as far as money, he can pull in some votes. Will he pull in enough? No, but he can pull in enough to make people think that next term someone else radically can come in and do it. And it continues. And all of a sudden you get out a sense of what are we doing in America? Are we just letting anybody become president? Or are we letting the most popular person become president? You know what I'm saying? Because no one's running on policy this year. If you notice that, no one said anything about any agendas. Everyone said what they want to do, but no one's proven anything that they can do it. Because look at what we're doing now. So that's my 2 cents on that. Yeah.
But is the president a president or is he a puppet to the grand master plan?
Well, that's a deeper question that I can't get in. Illuminati ain't gonna come after me for that one. I didn't say it too much.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah.
Man, Yeezy is he's a very unique dude, and Dante, I guess maybe somewhat to your point, we can't vote for somebody expecting certain things other than what they've talked about. We can hope for, support. We can hope for certain things, but I think I would take somebody who's across the board doing their job, trying to fight for everybody. What I don't want is almost what you said, Dante, is what I don't want. I don't want, as much as I would love it, I think the public reaction if Obama were to come out and do a whole bunch of stuff for Black people would be like, that's exactly why we can't have one of them in there. It's because all they're going to do is try to help their own. Now, again, I'm not saying that there's not things that they can do to help, but that's the perception that's going to come out, is that, oh, that's why we can't have them in there, which I think partly he didn't do it, but I think that's what happened when Trump came out. Trump started talking. People started liking what he was hearing, and he got a same thing that happened to Obama, Dante, happened to Trump. People that would not have voted decided to vote because they heard what he was saying. He's a punchline guy. with sometimes not too much substance behind it. But he's a punchline guy that gets the headline that you hear it and you're like, ooh, I like that. But you didn't look behind it. Where I think Obama got a lot of African Americans to vote for him because we wanted to see somebody that was like us. And the same thing for them. They want to see somebody different. Like we just talked about, not having a true politician in office. I work down in Maryland and we have a businessman that's running Maryland. And I think he's doing a phenomenal job. That's why when Trump was running, I kind of thought like maybe it is time to get somebody different in there to see if some things could be different. So that allows your mind to wander when you see somebody like somebody else or like something that you've seen be successful. If I had a businessman that everything he did was gold, if he came and pitched me something, I might be more apt to be like, all right, how much money you need?
Yeah.
Take it. Long,
yeah.
I get my return on investment. Okay.
Yeah.
So I think that's what happened with Obama, and I think that's what happened. And, as far as Kanye is concerned, I think he has the right to run. I'm not saying that he's educated enough. I'm not saying he's smart enough. I'm not saying he can do it. But at the end of the day, that's his right. And if he feels that he can make America better, I think it's in his best interest to put out what he would do, put out those things. Maybe, hopefully, again, like you said, Brian, I would hope that he would know, like Obama knew, instead of having to have all these people around you. Like you said, it's good to always have those people, but it's also good for yourself to know. So I think, when you look at the grand scheme of how that all plays out, maybe he does do his education. Maybe he does get to figure out some policies. He's not going to know everything, but some things that can make us better, that he feels and that we feel can make us better and get some votes. Because again, I think he's got the Kanye, I think he's got the wife, family, and yeah, you're going to get some young votes, but you got to talk about something else to get the rest of the people. Because there's not everybody that's a hip hop. There's not everybody that's in love with keeping up with the Kardashians. So I think, but that's his right if he feels that he's good enough to put his name in the ring.
There's a lot of people in the ring. Think about this though.
Oh yeah.
The problem is that money talks more than anything. Because my favorite candidate right now doesn't have the big budget. So because she doesn't, she's not in that ring with them. There's no feature on Forbes about her. You understand what I'm saying? So although there should be a feature about her on Forbes because she has a PhD and everything like that, she doesn't have the views, the Instagrams and the TV shows and stuff like that. She works at a college. She's a professor, teaches psychology. She does those things. She's a normal person. And right now, I think we need normalcy in the office more than political or celebrity. We need somebody who has a ground, a mindset that's in the ground. Now, I'm not saying it only because I choose her, because I didn't choose her until late in the game. I was not going to vote. My whole thing was hold my vote hostage until I hear somebody address the black agenda. And that's going to, but no one was going to say anything, especially after Biden said, you ain't black if you vote for Trump, which makes no sense, but that's neither here or there. All I'm saying is, I think Kanye is like a distractor of what really needs to be done. Because if we focus in on what he's, put like this, if you did a 4-hour interview with this guy, I don't know. Why would you? I mean, but then again, it's Kanye, so it's a celebrity. But would you do a 4-hour interview with Joe Biden? Would you do a 4-hour interview with Donald Trump? Would you do a 4-hour interview with Joe Jorgensen? Would you do that? You probably wouldn't. You probably do an hour and call it a day. I did an hour with the presidential candidate and I walk out the door. But because it's Kanye, he's going to say 1,000 different things all over the place. You're going to find that you got 6 hours worth of material that you got to condense to maybe 30 minutes worth of topic. So it's good for business to talk about Kanye, but it's not good for America to have Kanye implemented in this especially this year's presidency. It's just not.
Well, did you guys hear about the TMZ story a couple days after he announced?
TMZ. Oh gosh. Okay.
I mean, I know it's TMZ, but they were saying it was being reported that the family and everybody's worried about Kanye.
Oh,
that he
yeah.
had a bipolar episode.
If they're worried about now that he's bipolar, then either they're, once again, I don't, and because Angela loves keeping up with the Kardashians and everything Kardashian, I'm gonna hold my judgment, but they are media specialists. They know how to make money in the media. So it would not, it's easy to say this after when you already know he was doing a 4-hour interview. You get what I'm saying? It's not like Kanye didn't say, hey, babe, I'm going to be going for 4 hours. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to talk to Forbes, and then it comes out days later. Because I'm no sure he didn't write this in the same day. So you get what I'm saying? So it's, they can spin it however they want. TMZ, come on now.
Yeah. Well, I just wish, not knowing all the things that he had said, I just wish whoever, I'm sure he spoke to someone before he was going to announce that. So I wish someone, or maybe he had someone trusted that could offer him more feedback. Like, it doesn't seem like he took it serious.
Well, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make sure I put the links in the video, so not only you can see exactly what I get to read and the picture and the spread out of it. Because if you see the spread, then you understand what I mean by it's a marketing situation. It's like an album cover. The picture is like an album cover. And just tell me how you feel about that. Because it's now like, I take presidency and anything political very important because it affects me, my family, and my future family, and everything else. So I can't take it as an entertainment thing. I love entertainment, love it, but I'm not going to put, the WWE wrestler in the president office, unless he has the chops to keep it up, do it. So, I mean, we already had an actor as a president, Ronald Reagan, and we know how that went down, Reaganomics, but we're not going to talk about that. Some people love it.
Racist.
But yeah, I can't even go on about. That's enough about Yeezy.
It's funny when you guys were talking about money, moving things and moving the needle. The first thing that came to mind was Washington and that whole situation, and the name being changed after who it was, Nike and who was the other company? Threatening to pull out, and we got a situation now.
Money talk.
How that works.
Our next episode, we'll talk about this new change in black, black bandwagoning. Gosh, let me say that. Black bandwagoning. I want to talk about that on our next episode.
Can we do it tomorrow? Can you
elaborate kind of what you're?
I don't want to give that away because you know what I mean, Jarrell, right?
Yeah, I'm the same way. I'm like, what you talking about?
And that's good that you two don't know. That's good because that means that me and Jarrell's on that same page of what it's gonna. And when I say it, you'll immediately click at what I'm talking about, and you will see exactly what I. I'm not gonna say any more about it.
Nope. Tease it. Don't give it. Tease it. Don't give it.
But we're gonna end this episode. I want to thank all our viewers. We're trying to bring, I guess, candid conversations about everyday life, and it's not always gonna be about Black community. Just 2020 has been strange, and that's the topic right now. but we are all family men, not necessarily fathers, but we're family men, and we want to see what's best for our communities. And because our community just happens to be Black, we're going to talk about some of those issues and some of those great things that go on. And also, so this Grown Men Too is not about the men part of it. It's about addressing things that may get swept under the rug for men, such as mental health and, you know, family, being a father or becoming a father, babe, marriage and stuff like that, you know. So soon we'll transition away from just talking about Black issues and COVID and police brutality and stuff like that. Hopefully the rest of the year we'll start to see a different view. But first, before we do that, our next episode will definitely be about Black bandwagoning. And then I'm going to tell the story of the Candace Owens issues that I faced and that I almost fell into.
Yo, I can't wait to talk about that.
Already.
It's gonna cross some barriers with mental health, finances. It's gonna touch a lot of stuff. And being older, and now that I realize where I am now and secure, then yeah, I can see all of it, how it played the part. But I want to thank you guys for the video, and we will see you guys next time on Grown Men
Thanks,
2.
y'all, man.